Hello everyone, welcome all to this presentation session. Today we are going to discuss the 8th chapter of Ashtangahridaya, that is Adhyayam. In this chapter we are going to deal with the contents, that is the right amount of food that we need to consume for health and the effect of taking more or less quantity of food. Then Alasaka and Visuchika, two pathological conditions arising out of atimatra ahara. Then fourth one is Dandalasaka. Then Amadosha and Ajirna Beda. Ajirna means indigestion and its types. Ahara Vidi, that is the regimen of diet. Then Patya and Apatya ahara, Anupana, ahara kala. So let's discuss each topic one by one. First of all, the right amount of food. That is, Acharya explains, Matrashi sarvakalam syad. Matrashi. Matra means the appropriate or adequate quantity of food that we need to consume. Ashi means to eat. So, Matrashi sarvakalam syad. Always we should eat according to the matra. Matra hi agnehe pravartika. This matra is stimulating the Agni. So, Agni is the factor which is responsible for digestion in our body. That is, it is responsible for all kind of transformation. Agni is responsible. So, we should eat according to Matra in order to keep this Agni normal. So, we have to eat according to Matra. Then this Matra is depending on the type of food. Here in this chapter, the ahara dravyas, that is ahara dravyas, are classified into two, that is Guru and Lagu dravya. So let's consider what you mean by Lagu and Guru dravya. Here, Gurunam Ardha Sauhityam Laghunam Na Atitriptada Matra Pramanam Nirdishtam Sugham Yavat Vijiryati. That is, we know ahara dravyas, that is, the food items that we consume are divided into two. That is, either Guru dravya, it can be Guru dravya, or it can be Lagu ahara. So, what is the distinction between these two? The food that is very heavy to digest, that is Guru ahara, Guru dravya, and Lagu dravya, which is light in nature. That is, our Agni can digest it very easily. So, in case of Guru dravya, we need Guru Nam Ardha Sauhityam. Ardha Sauhityam. Sauhityam. What do you mean by Sauhityam? Ardha Sauhityam. Sauhitya means that is the satiety. Satiety. What do you mean by satiety? So this Sauhitya means satiety. Satiety is a feeling that we experience on eating food. We will experience that our stomach is getting full. That kind of feeling is called a satiety. So when we get a tripti on taking food, that is satiety. So in case of Guru Dravya, we should reach up to Ardha Sauhityam. And in case of Lagu Dravya, Na Aditriptadaha. So here over satiety is not needed. Over satiety is not needed in case of Lagu Dravya. Okay. So let's discuss food that are light to digest, as I already told you, Lagu Dravya, and that are hard to digest is Guru Dravya, and both require a specified quantity. That quantity is known as the Matra. Okay. If the food is heavy to digest, what are those heavy foods? That is oily food, non-vegetarian food items, sweets, etc. It should be consumed till half of the satiation level is achieved. This is Ardha Sauhityam. And if the food is light to digest, it should be consumed till one is not overly satiated. Na adi triptada. So these are the guru ahara that we encounter in our common normal life. So those are having a high calorific value, especially those junk food items, etc., comes under this guru ahara. All those cakes, pastries, sweets, fried food items, non-vegetarian food items, etc., comes under the guru ahara. So, what do you mean by lagu ahara? Under this category comes the fruits uh, that is very light to digest. We all know fruits are very easy to digest, and in cooked food we will consider the thin rice gruel. Thin rice gruel is considered to be very light to digest. Okay, so these are the kinds of guru ahara and lagu ahara. Now, let's consider the Agni in our body. So, we have already told Matra is stimulating the Agni. So, what do you mean by Agni? You all know this our environment or the universe is considered to be the macrocosm. So, universe is the macrocosm and our body is the microcosm. So what do you mean by this microcosm and macrocosm? That is, it is a concept. It is a concept that is, so this is microcosm. Our body is the microcosm. So it is a concept that means we will consider our body as a replica of this universe. Whatever factors that is present in the universe is there in the human body too. So, if we consider the Agni is the factor that is responsible for digestion and transformation. If it is functioning properly, then our body will remain healthy. That is the concept of Ayurveda. Okay, the health is maintained by a properly functioning Agni. Okay, there is health, and it is said that Shante Agno Mriyade. If this Agni is inactive, Shante Agno Mriyade, then the individual will not survive. That is Shante Agno Mriyade. There is a concept. And also it is said that Agni Moolam Balam Pumsam. Agni is the basis of Bala in our body. Agni Moolam Balam Pumsam. That is the concept of Ayurveda. And it is said that while saying the Nidana of Udara Roga, Acharya explains that Rogaha, all Rogas are arising out of this vitiated Agni. Roga Sarve Abhi Mande Agno, that is Manda Agni. When this Agni is at a lower level, Manda Agni, that is Mande Agno. So this is the concept. So this all clear the concept that clarifies that the role of Agni is very important in maintaining our health. Got it? So role of Agni is important. Okay, in order to maintain the health of human beings. That is why matra, the ahara matra is to be considered very important in order to maintain this Agni. Now let's consider a term that is hunger and satiety. We already explained that Guru Dravya should be consumed up to the Ardha Sauhitya level and Lagu Dravya up to Na Adi Triptada. So, in order to take food, if we want to take food, we should be hungry. So, if we want to eat anything, there should be a feeling of hunger. According to Ayurveda, it is called Kshut. Kshut in Ayurveda. So, there will be Kshut in our body. And only that feeling is there then only this digestion will be proper. Okay, after digesting or after eating this food, we will feel this satiety, feeling of satiety, and this feeling is controlled by higher brain centers. So there is a brain center for satiety. So what is happening is, on eating food, there will be some stretch receptors in our body. Stretch receptors in our stomach, actually present in the stomach. So these stretch receptors will send impulses or stimulus to the higher brain center, that is the satiety center, and in turn it will give the feeling of satiety, that is, oh, my stomach is getting full, now I need to stop eating. That is the command that we are getting from this satiety center, so that individual will stop eating food. So this is the cycle of hunger versus satiety. So now, if consider a situation, that is, if the satiety center is not working properly, then what happened? This individual will not get the feeling of satiety and will continue to eat. That is, there will be no control on eating. So continue to eat. That is the condition, and there will be if there is agni to in his body, then that condition will lead to another pathology, that is basmaga. He can digest any food. He will always experience hunger. So that's another pathology that is not dealing today in our topic. This is coming under Nidana. While explaining Nidana, we will deal with the basmaga or atyagni. That is another pathology. So we have discussed the importance of matra. We have discussed the type of ahara, guru ahara and lagu ahara, and how to eat this in order to maintain the agni and the importance of agni in our body. Now we are going to discuss the effect of taking more or less quantity of food. Acharya explains that Bhojanam hina matram tu na balobhaje ojase sarvesham vataroganam hetu tam prapadyate adimatram punaha sarvan ashu doshan pragopet. So first he is explaining about the hina matra. Hina matra means less quantity, that is hina matra. Okay. Here, if we are not consuming proper quantity of food, then what will happen? There will not be any bala, no upajaya, and no ojas at all. No bala, no upajaya, and ojas. So there is a upajaya means nourishment, bala means strength, and also no ojas. So ojas is the considered to be the essence of all the dhadus. You know, there are sapta dhadus in our body, and this ojas is the responsible factor for our health and immunity. It will help us to fight against infection, all those things. So if we are consuming less amount of food, these factors are not forming, and hence what happened? Dhadukshaya will occur. So Dhadukshaya is happening, and as a result, due to Dhadukshaya, there will be Vataroga. Okay, so this is the pathology happening while we are consuming less quantity of food. Then next thing is, if we are consuming adimatra ahara. Adimatra means excess quantity. So what is happening on consuming adimatra ahara? Adimatraha punaha sarvan ashu doshan prakopayet. This will lead to all the dosha, that is the three doshas will get vitiated. Tridosha imbalance occur. Okay, that is happening while we are eating more amount of food. Adimatra ahara. So consuming less quantity of food does not increase strength, ojas, etc. The body will not be nourished properly, and over a period of time it leads to Vata Roga, Vata imbalance disorders. Excess quantity of food at the same time is not again desirable. It causes quick increase of doshas. Now let's consider the concept of malnutrition. Malnutrition includes the both, that is undernourishment and overnourishment. So what is happening in undernourishment? There will be wasting, stunting of growth, underweight, lack of vitamins, lack of minerals, and overnourishment leads to obesity, overweight, heart disease, diabetes, etc. So this overnourishment and undernourishment, that is undernourishment, is we are considering it as apatarpana. You will discuss this in the later chapters. We will discuss those things. So undernourishment we are calling it as apatarpana. Apatarpana will leads to vada visheshan. Apatarpanota vikaras. Here vada will get vitiated. And overnourishment is explained in our science as santarpana. So santarpana vigara, that is, it is called santarpana. Santarpana will leads to mainly in today's scenario all those lifestyle disorders. So some lifestyle disorders like diabetes, heart diseases, etc. are causing due to sandarpana. So this is the general concept, that is due to the malnutrition is happening, undernourishment and overnourishment. So you should keep in mind what is happening here. Undernourishment is leading to vada roga, and overnourishment, that is atimatra ahara, is leading to sarvadosha prakopa. Now what is happening on atimatra ahara, that is effects of atimatra ahara? We have discussed the hinamatra is leading to vataroga. So what is happening in atimatra ahara? Pidhyamano hi vadadya yugapattena kopita amena annena dushtena tadeva avishya kurvade vishtambayando alasagam chyavayando vishuchikam adharuttara margabhyam sahaseva ajitatmana. Pidhyamano hi vadadya. Here vada is getting vitiated. What is happening? Let's discuss. Due to eating excess quantity of food, vata and other doshas suddenly get increased together and associating with the undigested and vitiated food. It is called ama in our science. Ama is a concept, that is, it is due to the bala. If the strength of Agni, that is Agni bala, is reduced, then it will cause the formation of ama in our body. That is ushmano alpabalattvena datum adyam apajitam dushtam amashya gadam jasam amam prajakshade. That is called ama. It will cause amajanya vikaras, that is, it will produce diseases. So this condition is leading to Alasaka. That is the first pathology. It causes Alasaka, a disease by blocking the movement of food inside the alimentary tract. And the second pathology is Visuchika. It is caused by the upward and the downward movement of this undigested food. That is, here occurring is diarrhea and vomiting simultaneously. Visuchika can be compared to gastroenteritis, that is the inflammation occurring to the GIT. Now let's discuss the concept of Alasaka first. So first one is Alasaka. Here what is happening? The food is getting obstructed in the GIT. It is not going out. So it is lying lazy. Alasa means lazy, lying inactive in the body. That is happening in Alasaka. So prayadi no urdom na adastada aharo na chapachyade. It is not going up, not going down, and also digestion is also not taking place. Amashe alasi bhutaha. It is lying in the amashya. So Alasaka Smita is known as Alasaka. Food neither comes out in the upper route by vomiting, nor from the downward route by purgation, nor does it undergo digestion in the stomach. It always lies in the stomach lazily, alasya. So, such a disease condition is called as alasaka. Now, let's discuss the manifestation of symptoms of alasaka in detail. Vishesha durbalasya alpavanner vega vidarinaha. This is happening only if the person is having certain risk factors. That is, the risk factors are if the person is alpavani. Also, first one is durbala. If the patient is durbala, then this alasaka will happen. And if there is alpavani, decreased agni, and also this person is holding is his urges. Then what happened is Pididam Marutena Annam Shleshmana Ruddhamantara Alasam Kshobidam Doshehi Shalyatveneva Samsthitam Shuladin Kurude Tivan Charti Adhisara Varjidan So Alasaha. So let's discuss. Alasaka occurs especially in those who are weak, who are having low digestion strength, and who suppresses urge of the body habitually. These are the risk factors of that is happen that is favorable for the occurrence of alasaka in our body. Then what is happening? The pathogenesis, that is the samprapti of the disease, is explained like this. Pathogenesis, also called as samprapti. We will examine the roga by these 5 factors. Rogam, Nidana, Pragropa, Lakshana, Upashya, Aptibihi. That Apti is the samprapti. This how the vitiated doshas is causing the disease. That is explained under samprapti. So here what is happening in them, those persons, vada gets vitiated, vada gets increased, it gets associated with kapha to obstruct the movement of undigested food in the digestive tract. Then it causes the food to stay inside the stomach as a foreign body. That is explained as Shalyatveneva Samstita. Shalya means in our science it is foreign body. So it leads to abdominal colic, that is shula, and other symptoms, but there will not be vomiting and diarrhea. That is the characteristic feature of alasaka. Now let's discuss a complication happening out of alasaka. What is that? That is atyartha dushtastu dosha dushtabhibaddhaka. It is also called dushtaama baddhaka. It is associating with ama. Dushta ama baddhaka. Yantaha tidyet tanum sarvam dandavat stambhayanti chet dandalasakam nama tam tyajed ashukarinam. Here what is happening? Let's look. Here, highly vitiated doshas move into the vitiated and obstructed channels by accumulation of undigested food. You know, our doshas will move. Dosha gadi is a concept in Ayurveda. That is, it will either move upwards, that is urdhva gadi, or downwards, that is adho gadi, and it will go horizontally, that is tidyak gadi. It is called tidyak. So here in this condition, the doshas are moving tidyak. Here, the doshas get obstructed in the GIT and begin to move in the unnatural channels. This is called the tidyak gati. Thus, dosha spread throughout the body and make it stiff like a log of wood. So this log of wood is called a dandavat stambhayandi. This mentioned like that. So the doshas spread throughout the body and make it stiff like a log of wood. So this disease is called Dandalasaka, which would be rejected for treatment as it is quick in causing death. So this is an emergency condition. It is an emergency condition. Here we should not trial any treatment to the patient because he is going to death. We can't survive the patient. So leave him, and the patient is not accepted for treatment modalities. So this is a serious condition called Alasaka. It is the complication arising out of Alasaka. So here today we have discussed the importance of matra, the type of ahara, that is guru and lagu, and the complications arising out of matra ahara and atimatra ahara. From atimatra ahara, the two diseases are happening, that is Alasaka and Visuchika, and the complication that is happening to the Alasaka patient, that is due to the Tiryagati of doshas, that is Alasaka, and it is very difficult to treat that condition. So I think the concept is clear for you. If you have any doubts, we can discuss those things in the offline classes. So study well, by heart the shloka, and it is very important. You should by heart the shlokas, and try to read it by repeatedly learn. You should learn the shlokas by studying well. So otherwise we can't write well in the exam. So I think the concept is clear for you. For the time being, I am winding up the presentation. In the next class, we can meet or we can discuss with the remaining topics. Okay, thank you.